welcome. If you saw my last vlog, you know what I'm reading. If you did not, then let me put the dust jacket on and I'll tell you. I'm reading currently Kai by Vaishnavi Patel. I am 55 pages in. I stopped in the middle of a chapter like a freak. And I have no opinions. She's like 12 right now in the story. I'm only 50 pages in. It's almost 500 pages, so like not much has happened. I don't know anything about this myth or this folktale. I think it's a myth. I don't think this was an actual person. Was she an actual person? I have absolutely no idea, but I don't know anything about her story. I know it's a retelling of a myth, but that's about it. I'm having a good time. I mean, the writing is pretty simplistic as of right now, if I'm like sharing my opinions. And I don't know if that's because she's 12 or because the writing in this is not fantastic. I would hope it's because she's 12, because right now it's like, it's not bad. It's just really basic, simple writing. So hopefully that'll change, and it's just because of the age of the character, though I don't know for sure. Because like I said, 55 pages in, she's still 12, so I think this follows throughout her entire life, or at least like a good chunk of her life. I assume it extends into her adulthood, since she becomes queen, yes, so she would have to most likely be an adult for that. So yes, this extends, I assume, a good portion of her life, if not the entire thing. And I'm excited. It was one of my anticipated releases of the year. Luckily, it was a book of the month book, so I got it cheaper than I would have at Barnes & Noble. Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. I kind of wanted to update because I realized while I was doing this how crazy I must look to, I don't know, the FBI if they're on to me. I hope the FBI isn't looking into me, because I've done nothing. I promise. But I am journaling for, if you saw my vlog, the last book I read was Into the Drowning Deep. It's like sitting literally right here. My desk is squeaking, I'm sorry. And when I read a book and I enjoy it, I'll make like these spreads where I'll have the cover of the book, read What Moves the Dead, and then like some pictures that remind me of it, and I'll write a review. Not really a review, just some opinion. So I'm doing that for Into the Drowning Deep, but since it's a horror and it's pretty gory, I looked up, like, I was on Pinterest and I looked up like blood aesthetic, and I'm just thinking about it because like I've read other thrillers and horrors and stuff for these, and then like made the thingamajigs, the spreads about them, and like if people look through my search history, even if it was just on Pinterest, they're gonna be so fucking confused. I really be looking up things like evil mermaids, fungus, blood. I'm gonna look crazy. Hopefully Big Brother isn't up in my Pinterest searches, but if you are, hi, I promise it's innocent. Just look at the context. It's right here. But that's what I'm doing right now. I have picked out a few stickers and thingamajigs to put in the spread. I got the pictures from Pinterest, the bloody ones, that I'm going to print off and make my spread. I might not do it immediately because usually I have so much supplies it takes forever for me to just look through it and decide which ones I want to use. But I do also have an adoption fair that I'm working today. So yeah, I'll bring the camera along. Hopefully we can see some cute puppies, maybe some cute kitties. I assume it will be indoors because it's kind of rainy, but the sun's back out, so maybe it'll be an outdoor one, in which case puppies. I'm gonna probably buy some stuff from PetSmart while I'm there because I have an issue. And then I'll go to Target, get groceries, might check out the books, but not crazy plans. It's Sunday, it's my day off. If I hear or if I see any reading sprints going on, then I will probably join those and read some more of Kai Kei. The cool thing with the simplistic writing style and the big words, I don't know if this is just like a book of the month thing, but the words are always so big. And the last book I read, the words were not big, and I swear to God, this is like freaking single space. Do you see this crap? Give me the big double-spaced font any day. I mean, I love this book. It was great, except for the ending. It was like, but everything else great. Just, boy, that font. It made this kind of a longer reading experience because they're so close together. Is anybody else like that, where if the lines of text are close together, you like get them mixed up, or am I just dyslexic? Because that's a possibility. Who knows? We don't need to question that, you know? It's fine. Sometimes I'll just, you know, read one word in my brain and then I'll say a different one out loud, which is great when you work in customer service and they're like, it's supposed to be blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, isn't that what I said? Anyways, off topic. If I find reading sprints, I'll read this. If I don't, I might still read this, or I might edit the last vlog or journal. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. But I wanted to introduce the vlog, talk about my Pinterest search history, and say what I'm reading. But that is, I'm just swinging around a roll of fabric. But yeah, like I said, plans are up in the air. This is what I'm reading. That's it. Cue the B-roll. Hopefully I'll get some B-roll. If not, then cue the next clip. Bye. Hello, it's the morning. Still reading Kai Kei. I am 253 pages in, approximately halfway. It took me forever to read that because this book is freaking slow. It's not bad. I'm not particularly invested. I'm not disinterested. There's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that it's slow and I don't really know what the plot is other than like we're following this person. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to read 250 pages. In the book's defense, some of that is because I usually read at work and I haven't had as much downtime at work. But usually if I really enjoy a book, I'll pick it up outside of work because I want to know what happens next. But considering I don't know that there's much of a plot in this book, other than, you know, we're following Kai Kei's life, I don't have a huge incentive to keep picking it up. But like I said, I'm not disliking it. It's just, it's slow and I don't know where it's gonna go. So I will get more into my thoughts as I open this package that I just found in my room. I I guess somebody put it there. Oh, you little kickery. So basically, I don't know if Kaike is a complete myth or if she is kind of like Achilles, who, you know, he was a real person, but there's like myth around him. So I kind of wonder that if that's the case, like she was a real person, then I understand like the importance of this story. She's done a lot for women's rights in this book already, and we're only halfway through. So like her as a person, stand up. We love it. She's also, it hasn't been explicitly said like the terms, but she feels really indifferent towards like sex and romance. So an Ace Aro icon, yes, I do think so, which I love. I was not expecting that, but yeah, I don't really know where the plot is going. She has like a position of power. She is doing great things with this power, but for a long time it was just that, kind of her growing up and then ending up in this position and taking it as like her own and then making changes that are great, but you know, it wasn't like the most exciting plot in the world. However, there was a lot of foreshadowing, and one thing that I really don't enjoy about the way this is written is the author doesn't let you figure out the foreshadowing for yourself. She pops in, she's like, if I had known that this is what this meant and blah blah blah, which, I mean, that's fine sometimes. I will say I would, oh, this is cute, the little thank you card. It says no rain, no flowers. I'm gonna put that on my wall because that's really pretty. Like, she does it every time, and I would really appreciate if like she just left some interpretation for the reader. Like, I can figure out in hindsight that this was foreshadowing, but she doesn't give me the opportunity to do that. She tells me right away. She lets me know this is gonna foreshadow something. I'm not gonna tell you what, but it foreshadows something. So I know that there's gonna be like some big shit that goes down, people gonna die, her name's gonna be dragged through the mud, all that kind of jazz, but we're not there yet. We're not, I don't think we're even close. It's just like the promise of a plot is there, and then we're halfway through and it hasn't happened. I do see where it may occur soon, because she's recently had children and one of them kind of has some stuff going on, and like I think he might be the catalyst to this plot. So yeah, so we finally I think we might be going somewhere, maybe. So that's, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts. It's been just a little, you know, underwhelming for the first half of the book. Like I said, I don't dislike it. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. I mean, the writing is fine. I think I said at the beginning that it's pretty simplistic, and I didn't know if that was going to be just because she was a child. No, the writing's just pretty simplistic overall, which isn't a bad thing. I just, with these kinds of stories where it's slow, I feel like the writing does really need to kind of shine in order to keep my attention, and that's not the case in this one. So unfortunately, it's not my favorite at the moment. Maybe the plot will pick up, hopefully. I mean, I'm gonna continue reading it. I think it's a good enough book, and to continue, and if Kaike is a real person like Achilles, then I think her story definitely deserves to be told, considering how much she has done for, you know, women, and women's rights. So yeah, I have nothing against the book. It's just not my favorite. Maybe not for me. I know other people do really like it, and I'm happy for them. As of right now, it's like not my favorite book in the world. But yeah, I'll give an update on that when I'm finished. But the package that I got, I got stickers. What else is new? There's a cute little freebie sheet that's like this pastel cottagecore thing. It has a moth and some flowers on it. This is cute. I got a fall sticker sheet and these are adorable. I don't know if it'll focus. There it goes. Little mushroom and that cute little cat. Love him. I've bought from this person before. I cannot remember her name to save my life. It's like Lostina or something like that. Yeah. Or maybe Mariah. It says Lost in a Design. Because that's what it looks like now that I'm seeing it all together. It could be Lost in a Design or it could be Lostina Design. Just saying. And they're on Etsy. But I got that and then I was like, this order's too small, so I got an oopsie pack of like B-grade stickers. So looks like there's a decent amount of sticker sheets in here, like maybe 3. So I'll look through that real quick. I think the last thing that I got from them was like a cottagecore sticker sheet, and that thing is so cute. I haven't used all the stickers yet because I can't bring myself to do it, but it's so cute. Oh, I see the back of one. Got one that's like just flowers, which is nice. I can use those for layering in my bullet journal. Oh, there's 4. Okay. Then there's this one that's like a faux washi tape. I do like that color scheme, like the kind of beige. Then there's this one that's like different positive quotes, which I do tend to use in like my more personal journaling. Always have a use for those. And then I think this one is adorable. It's like a kawaii sticker sheet, and it's like pastel green and pink, and it's got boba and like various snacks and stuff. Those are all the things I got, and those were my thoughts regarding Kaikeyi. Not super extensive as of yet, but I will check back in when I'm finished, because hopefully there will be more of a plot by then. I do see things picking up soon, so yeah, I'll check back in with my thoughts then. But that is it for this clip. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello, I am here not with a reading update. I am almost finished with Kaikeyi, but I got packages. This one is stickers, so I knew this was coming today. I completely forgot. Thank you, Toph. I completely forgot that I ordered this one, so I'm gonna rude. So I'm gonna do this first because I think my camera battery like isn't the greatest right now. So I'd rather have that one shown on camera first because it's book related. Well, booktube related. So this is from Bonfire. Oh, it looks so cozy. We got a Literally Dead book club sweater. I was putting it off because I don't need this sweatshirt. I don't even participate half the time in the book club, but oh, it's warm. So cozy. I like this. I like this a lot. I love this color. It's so pretty. And then these are stickers. None of them have to do with books, I don't think. There we go. Sort of. Oh, that's cute. It's so cute. Okay. Oh, so cute. Okay. Crap, now I gotta put this on my wall. What is the name of the shop? This is a sticker order from Bella Cat Design Co. Hi, don't look at my face, look at the paper. That's the name if you want to look at it. This is so cute. A little pastel witch hat. It says stay magical. That's adorable. I'm putting it on my wall. These thank you cards are top tier. It's a little cat. Come on, you got this. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So I got a sticker sheet. This is like a gaming sticker sheet. I liked it because it had the old like Game Boy and stuff on there. So here's that, and it's all pastel pink, very cute. Then I got just like an individual sticker that says, "Be kind, I have crippling anxiety." So love that. Very accurate, and just be kind in general. I also got like an oopsie pack. There's a lot in here, dang. That's cute. There's a little sticker. It's a little heart that says lit. There's a little mouse. And then a big sticker that says gamer girl. I am not a gamer girl. However, I want to do a gaming bullet journal theme, so magical girl. This won't focus. You can do it. There it goes. It's very glossy. This is cool. They're like freaking bisexual tarot cards. Love that color. The glossy ones just don't want to focus. Well, trust me, they're tarot cards. This one in the center has, I don't know his name. It's the goat with the horns. He has a name, I know. And then there's skulls on the other two. And then, oh, it's a cat loaf. It's so freaking cute. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. I love it. That's all the stickers. This is a really comfortable sweater. I'm not going to talk about my feelings about Kaikei in this because I have about 60 pages left, so I'm just going to save my thoughts for the end. But I'm almost finished. It's taken me a while to read, and I mean, take that as you will. My brother just let the other cat in the room, so before this chaos ensues, I'm just gonna end this clip. Hey Saxon, what's up? Bye. I finished Kaikeyi. I feel really dumb because then I went on to Goodreads to like read it and then saw the author's comment and then saw what this was like kind of based off of and realized it's so completely different than I thought it was. I'm gonna say that this book was 3 stars. I did not dislike it. It was, to me, quite slow. The writing wasn't super special. A lot of times if a book is slow and the writing's like fantastic, then that's fine. The two balance out. It's taking me forever, but I'm enjoying every second of it, you know? This was just slow. The writing was not bad. It was fine. I think I would have appreciated this a lot more had I known the context of the story going into it, because I believe I had assumed that Kaikeyi was like a main character, but it's more along the lines of Cersei, and I knew there was this comparison where she played kind of a smaller role in a villainized role in a story. Specifically, this is in the Ramayana, which I guess I shouldn't call a story. It's like a very important epic in Hinduism. Irregardless, she plays a somewhat small role in the Ramayana, and she's really only at the beginning, but she's the catalyst for kind of the main character Rama, for Rama's story, and you do see that obviously because that happens kind of at the end of the book. And because of that role that she plays, she's villainized, and this is kind of turning it on its head, which I had the general idea, but I didn't quite know where we were going. I didn't realize that she was really just the beginning of a larger story that was Rama's story. So I guess that's why I was so confused. I was like, where is this plot going? Because it's the catalyst of a story that I know nothing about. Yeah, that was my own fault. I should have done more research before going into this, because the Ramayana is an epic. They're usually quite in depth. I didn't know anything about it, which made me confused, and I certainly didn't appreciate the story as much as I could have had I known the context. I do appreciate Kaikeyi, and I still do wonder, because I don't know if Kaikeyi is a real person or if she just existed in this epic. And when I say that, I mean it's kind of, I wonder if she's kind of like an Achilles character, where Achilles and Patroclus, they obviously existed. We know this. But they had like myth surrounding them, which wasn't real. So I wonder if like she's a similar situation where she was the Rodney. And if that's the case, then I really appreciate what Kaikeyi did for her people, specifically the women. So if that is what she did, like she actually was a real person, and maybe I should look that up. Are you a real person? Okay, it's only referring to her as a character, so ignore everything I just said. I still appreciated the role that she played in her kingdom irregardless, and what she did for women's rights, and you know, her, or like the theme of the story is her accruing this power and playing what the public or the general population believed to be an evil role, yet you look around at all the other like people who have smaller roles in society, and you see how the things that she's done, the changes she's implemented, have affected these people in such a good way. So I mean, I think that that's really what this story is about. I would have gotten a lot more out of it had I known anything about the Ramayana. I think I learned about it once in the World Civilizations class, but we didn't go that in depth. We were going from the creation of Earth to the creation of the United States of America, so it's a lot of time to cover. We didn't get to cover this too in depth. So like I vaguely remember it now, but it's certainly not something that, you know, I knew much about. So yeah, I mean, I like the themes, I like the morals. It was good in that sense. It just wasn't spectacular, and unfortunately I think a lot of other I didn't get as much out of it as a lot of other people would, and I'm glad that, you know, this was written and people who can get more out of it will. I'm going to, as I do every time I start a new book or finish a book, I'm going to pick a new book to read. I think I need to add a bunch of books to my spreadsheet. You saw the clips earlier today. I went to this, like, I was under the impression that it was going to be like kind of an anime thing, but it wasn't. It was run by, it was this like just vendor, local artist get together put on by this video game company that's local to us. They have a lot of vintage stuff, or vintage like video game stuff, and a lot of it's Japanese as well. Yeah, I went there, and one of our local comic book stores had a stand, and I got a couple manga. I got Chainsaw Man Volume 1, as well as No Longer Human by Junji Ito. Well, the art is by Junji Ito. No Longer Human is a novel that I have not read, and I feel like the manga is going to be rough enough. I don't know if I need to read that novel, because it is, I was reading the synopsis and that's why I picked it up, because it's actually considered to be by some the suicide note of the author, because he committed suicide 4 months after its completion, and it's kind of a psychological horror about this man who does not feel human, and the disconnect from his humanity that he feels, and how it slowly drives him insane, which it's very sad when that is like a somewhat autobiographical story, but it is also something that I find very interesting. Oh, my battery's about to die. I'll tell you guys what I'm gonna read later then. Hi. I was able to get my thing picked out before this completely died, so I'm back to tell you the next book I'm reading is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, which I have not seen the movie, but I will watch it after I read this. I've heard they're not very similar. I don't think they're very similar, and I'm gonna be honest, I know nothing about this. I know there's a character named Howl who is, I think, a wizard, and then there's a girl named Sophie, and that's about it. And there's a Studio Ghibli film based off of it. That's all I know, but it looks fun, and I want to see the movie. So this is kind of long. It's 400 pages, but the text is really huge and like spaced apart. So yeah, my camera's flashing again because it was almost dead the first time, so I'm gonna actually go. Goodbye. I don't know why I didn't update halfway through, but I didn't. I finished Howl's Moving Castle today. This was a very quick read. I feel like I don't have that many opinions other than I just really thought it was fun. It's so very much, and I haven't watched a lot of Studio Ghibli, and I will watch the movie probably tomorrow, but I haven't watched a lot of Studio Ghibli. I've only seen Spirited Away, but based on like the clusterfuck that was Spirited Away, yeah, I could see how this is something that they would adapt, because it's like a lot of just random stuff, and then but there is also a plot, and it kind of connects, but it's also like just a bunch of stuff all happening at once that you need to pay attention to understand, and I was not paying nearly enough attention when I watched Spirited Away. so I should probably rewatch it because I was actually with my friend, and when I'm with people, I have a hard time like focusing. Yeah, just based on my experience with Studio Ghibli, I see why this is something that they would want to adapt. Also, very unique concept of the actual castle and it being this place where you can kind of almost go through different dimensions or different places, because it's not really explained exactly how some of this works. In fact, it seems like Sophie, our main character, she's in like a completely different world than Howl. Howl's actually from Wales, modern Wales, because there's cars and stuff and computers, and there's no computers, no cars in Sophie's world, so I'm guessing it's like some sort of early timeline version of whatever. I don't know. I did not know the plot of this. I had no idea we were gonna be following an old woman. To be honest, I've seen pictures of the movie and she's not an old woman. She does have a different colored hair, but she's not old, so I was a little confused when that happened in this. But it's really fun. It's really, it's like, is it the best thing in the world? No. But like, if I were 12, I'd be having a great time. I had a great time and I'm 22. So like, it's just very fun. I think it's one of those things, like, if you're down for just some ridiculous people and ridiculous situations, then you can enjoy it at any age. Very quick read, very fun. I kind of thought we were gonna go more of like a moralistic route. I don't know how I would really phrase that. Sophie at the beginning of the story is very like afraid of everything, and as soon as she gets the spell put on her, she starts just being bold, extremely bold. She's not afraid. Maybe it's because she's at that time, like, her mind is kind of caught up in some ways with being older, and it's kind of like, well, I've lived my life afraid of everything, so at this point, like, I barely got any time left. What's the point of being afraid? And so that definitely opens her eyes to things. And I mean, I can relate to Sophie in the sense that I too I'm afraid of everything. So that is a nice little story to see. Like, be cautious but live, and that's difficult for some people such as myself. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was gonna get like maybe focus on that a little bit more. It didn't. It was just kind of a lot of getting to know Howl and his connection to others, specifically Calcifer, and getting to know like how Sophie kind of fits in with all of this. I thought the ending was sweet. I don't know if like I really cared for any romance, not that there was too much in here, but you know, everybody lived happily ever after. It was real cute. I mean, I would say that there was stuff in here that wasn't necessary, but she did tie it all together eventually. So I guess that's not necessarily true. I was thinking that for a while, where I was like, I'm not sure if I like this that much because it doesn't seem like there's a point to it. But she did pull some twists. It all came together. It made sense why it was in there. I think mostly the reason why I would take a star off of this, oh, by the way, 4 stars, why I would take a star off of this is because it's quite long for a middle grade. It's 430 pages, and though I do think that all of the stuff that happened makes sense at the end, it still felt like it was lagging at certain points. And then everything happened at the end. It wasn't as bad as some books that I've read, because at least like there was a hint of how things were gonna go, and I was like, oh, okay, so how this person is doing this and blah blah blah. Like, my brain could try and pick up on stuff before it happened, but unfortunately it did lag a little bit. So yeah, also just the fact that I'm not the target audience, you know, if it was going to be 5 stars, I would want to take more away from it than I did. But regardless, I had a very fun time, and I know the movie is going to be different. I don't know in what ways, but I'm excited to watch it nonetheless, so people can stop gasping when I tell them I've only watched Spirited Away. And I think I'll update that. I'll talk about that. That'll be like the last thing I talk about in this vlog, probably, since I took forever to read Kaikei. Before I let you go, yeah, for this clip I did want to mention the book that I'm going to read next. I did my random number generator again. That's just how I am. And American Street by E.B. Savoy is what came up. And I've had this for actually quite some time. So I'm glad this came up because I do want to read it. There's just like nothing necessarily pulling me towards this book specifically. So, you know, it being chosen for me by an algorithm, I guess, I appreciate. This has to do with a Haitian girl who moves to the U.S. Her mother is detained by U.S. immigration, and Fabiola, the main character, she moves in with her cousins in Detroit, and it's just her finding her footing in the U.S. Yeah, so this is about, has to do with immigration and all that jazz. The plot was kind of vague. It's just as she finds her footing in the strange new world, a dangerous proposition presents itself, and Fabiola soon realizes that freedom comes at a cost. Trapped at the crossroads of an impossible choice, she will pay the price. Will she pay the price for the American dream? So I don't know what that's supposed to entail, but I guess I'll find out. Because I mean, like, what I told you, that seems like the plot, but then she just throws that paragraph into the synopsis. So I don't know what kind of choices are going to pop up, what kind of danger is going to appear, but I'm interested to find out. I've definitely heard fantastic things about E.B. Savoy. I'm pretty sure this book, specifically American Street, has won awards. Yeah, I'm up to, you know, trying this out. Hopefully I'll enjoy it and I can look into some of their other stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. I will watch that movie and update you guys on how I feel and how, like, it differs from the novel. But that is going to be it for this update. It's like 11:30 at night. I'm not too tired, but that is getting on my nerves. Young man, oh, he's stuck. Okay, I'm gonna go help him. Bye. Hello, what's up? I don't believe I ever spoke about the movie Howl's Moving Castle. I watched it. It's been like a week. I watched it. I really liked it. It was a lot different than the book. There was like this whole freaking war plot that didn't exist in the book. So ironically, I like made the joke about how the other Studio Ghibli film that I watched, Spirited Away, it didn't really have a plot. It was kind of all over the place. And the book was the same way. But the movie, there's more of a plot. I liked it. I did. I'm excited to watch more Studio Ghibli. I thought I wanted to watch the dub, or no, not the dub, the sub. I ended up renting it off of YouTube and it didn't like give me the option between sub or dub. I watched the dub version, which means that Howl was voiced by Kristen Bell, and Markle, who is a character instead of Michael in the book, is voiced by a young Josh Hutcherson, or Hutcherson, I don't know his last name, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. Like I said, very different. There were characters that weren't in there. There were characters that were in there but played completely different roles, and then ones that they changed, like Michael, who was apparently an actual child in the movie, which was adorable. But like, he's 15 in the book, and like, he has his whole little romance going on with one of Sophie's sisters, who you don't actually see in the movie. So yeah, I was so thrown off. They kept calling him Markle. I was like, who's Markle? Isn't this kid supposed to be Michael? But no, they changed his name. His name is Markle, and he's a baby. Not literally, he's a child. So yeah, they completely changed the conflict of the story. Like the whimsicalness, the general idea, like that Howl is this wizard with this weird castle that goes through different dimensions. Oh yeah, they also took out like Howl's family, which was weird. I actually liked them. But yeah, they changed a lot of stuff. But like the general vibe and like base story was the same. So I really enjoyed it. I don't have too much to say. The romance made a little more sense in the movie, because they end up together at the end of both of them, but it's kind of just like random at the end. They're like, oh yeah, we knew you weren't an old lady this entire time. Actually, I kind of like you. And there's like, okay, sure. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about American Street, that's what this is, all that much, because I didn't update. I said I was going to read it, and then I like never started a new vlog, and I didn't update on reading it, but I am 50 pages from the end, so I just wanted to mention that. Definitely enjoying this. There's some stuff that's gonna have to go down on the last 50 pages that I'm not sure how I feel about, like ethically, but yeah, definitely think this is a very good book. I would recommend it. It's kind of heavy. It talks about immigration, and her mother at the beginning of the book gets detained. Then she immigrates to Detroit, and you just see like this cycle of violence that plagues black communities. It's her witnessing that firsthand and kind of understanding what it's like to be black in America. I say it's a heavy read. There's some lighter aspects to it, like there's a romance. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the romance. The guy's nice, but he needs to not associate himself with certain people. So that's what I have to say about that. It was pretty insta-lovey. It's something that pops up there. It's not what the story is about, but it pops up throughout the story, and I don't really care for it. So this won't be a 5-star, but I do think it's still a very important story, and I would recommend reading this. But I mean, like, my detailed opinions, I'm not going to go into those since I haven't bothered to update. But I am going to finish this today, and most likely it's going to be a 4-star. But I just wanted to pop on and like actually update, because I said I would. But this will be the end of this vlog. Sorry that I forgot to end it a week ago when I was supposed to. So yeah, just wanted to pop in, say those things. I don't really have much of anything else to say. Thank you for watching. I will hopefully eventually get this edited. I haven't got the last one edited yet, but eventually I might do it. But yeah, that is it for this vlog. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will maybe see you in my next one.